Hey, what's up guys? This is Brian from Make It, the tech startup studio. If you are planning to launch a startup or have recently launched a startup, well, I'm pretty sure you're wondering every day what would be the best way to take your amazing idea to a growing company. And this is exactly what we did during the last 5 years at Make It, working hard to become the best at creating startups. What we usually do to spread this experience and explain the way we build startups at Make It, well, we actually give conferences and teach at universities. But now that we are a global company, active in Belgium, so Wallonia, Flanders, and Brussels, in France, and we now also have offices in LA, in Los Angeles, well, we had to find a more scalable way to spread what we believe are the best methods to go from an idea written on a piece of paper to a growing company while reducing your risk at every single stage of the process. Why do we want to share that with you? Well, while 99% of startups fail, the remaining 1% has a huge impact in terms of job creations. Now let's dream a little bit. Imagine if we could increase the startup success rate from 1 to 2%. Can you imagine the impact it can have? Well, instead of just dreaming about it, we've decided to act. And this blog is the first part of the mission. So just like an athlete would share with you his training routine, well, we will show you how we build startups at Make It and everything we learned from working on more than 300 startup projects and investing in startups that are now scale-ups. So does it mean we never fail? No. But it means that we now have methods to fail fast and cheap before investing in a company. There will be 3 main topics on the blog. The first one will be called How to Lean Startup. So basically we'll show you how dozens of startups went from 0 to 1 and way beyond while investing almost no money in the company, and how they reduced the risk at all the different stages of the startup journey until they got like the first big fundraising. So there will be no theory on the blog. It will only be based on real use cases, tools, tactics, and techniques that should help you identify things that really matter in your project so that you can focus. And it should also change the way you're going to think about big problems you will be facing on your startup project. So the second topic will be about IoT, the Internet of Things. So basically all the devices and products that can be connected to the internet. Why? Well, because IoT can have a huge impact on our daily life and on some industries. But IoT is very risky. So let's take the example of a software company. If you launch the first version of the product online, if you notice that there is a bug, you just change the code, push an update, people download the update, install the update, and everything is fixed on all the devices. If you are an IoT company, well, that's just impossible. You cannot afford to produce a first batch, sell it, then notice that there is a bug. So you have to produce a new series of products and give it for free to the customer. So that's basically unaffordable. As we were amongst the first companies to take this risk and launch the first IoT product, well, we gained some experience that we would like to share with you so that you avoid making big mistakes that can cost you basically tons of money. And last but not least, the startup life is something very trendy and very sexy for the moment. As we are living the startup life every day, we have decided to share with you some cool stuff that you guys can see the backstages of what's the life of a startup studio. So the blog in a nutshell. If you recently launched a startup or planning to launch a startup, well, thanks to this blog, we'll show you 3 things. First one, we'll show you that you can dream your startup. It's feasible, so dream it. Number 2, we will show you how to do it. You can dream your startup, but you can do it, and we will show you actionable things to stop thinking and start doing. Number 3, we will show you that there are people just like us who are ready to invest in your project, provided that you focus on the right things and validate the right assumptions. So if this makes sense to you, well, make sure to subscribe to the blog, and we will see you soon.